opportunity available to me. Mrs. Coleman, Mrs. Durant, and Mrs. Kirkland Banks. They really worked with me. You know, it's good to have people that work with you and are willing to support you. And they're here in the audience and they've already been introduced, but I just wanted you to know it's wonderful. God will send you good friends and friends that will lift you up.
Amen.
But I also want to say that I thank Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church for the love that they extended to me, because I was very ill. And I know that prayer works. I'm able to stand at this pulpit behind the sacred desk and speak to you this morning. And I just thank God for your prayers, because prayers do change things. Yes, you know, never always have confidence. God will fix it. God will be there for you. God never leaves you. God never forsakes you. And He holds you up. And it's just so wonderful to know that you have a God like that you serve a God like that. And I just want to say, Fellowship Missionary Baptist, I love you because you love my family. And you have treated them so well. My son is always talking about his church and how wonderful the parishioners are and the strides that you're making. I really appreciate you for that. I really do. And so now I'm going to get to the scriptures. Thank you so much for reading them. We were coming out of Esther 2, 10, and 19. I'm going to just repeat them. Mordecai had warned Esther not to tell anyone that she was a Jew, and she obeyed him. Mordecai told Esther never to tell anyone that she was a Jew, and she obeyed him just as she had always done. And those are two scriptures that agree. And my sermon topic this morning is hidden in plain sight. Okay, let me give you a little bit about the background of this. Right now, we're talking about when the book opens, we're talking about King Xerxes who reigned over Media and Persia. He ruled from India to Ethiopia. His kingdom was great and expansive. And what he did one day, he called all his nobles, his princes, and the servants to come to the palace from all of the provinces. And these groups, they brought their wives with them, and they were in that area for 180 days. And then after the 180 days, he decided that he wanted to have a gala. And we're very familiar with that. Is that, you know, it's a time when you have a big dinner and dancing and festivities. And usually our galas only last a day. But his gala lasted 7 days. And they were just toasting, and they were just having a ball, because the king said you could drink as much wine as you wanted. This was the very best wine. And so he just let the men just enjoy themselves. There was dancing and music, entertainment, and everything was going so nicely. But there's a caveat here, is that the men had also brought their wives. And because of the customs of that day, the men had their separate ballroom that they were in, and that they talked to one another and enjoyed themselves. And then the ladies had their area where they were enjoying themselves and reminiscing and catching up on news, because they hadn't seen each other in so long. But then, you know, it's something about drinking. You know, it's something about drinking. Because the men, they were just drinking. All of a sudden, the king had this bright idea. And he said to his chamberlains, he said, I want you to go and get Queen Vesta. I want her to come over and walk around the ballroom so everyone can look at her because she is just so gorgeous and so voluptuous, and she's just an incredible woman. And so the chamberlains went into the chamber of the area where the other women were, and they told Queen Vashti that the king had summoned her. And Queen Vashti said, I'm not going. She refused. And so the chamberlains went back into the ballroom where the king and his friends were, the nobles, the priests, the servants, and he looked around and he didn't see the queen. So the chamberlain said, Queen Vashti refused to come to this area. And he became very, very angry. He was just incensed. How could she refuse? You know, I'm the king. I made a request, and she's supposed to come. But Vashti had the right not to come because in that particular country, the custom was that women did not associate. It wasn't any co-op type of situations at that time. Your husband was allowed to see you, your father was allowed to look on you, and your brothers, but no other man. So she refused. But you know what? When the king made this request, he was under the influence. And you know, you can blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the vodka, blame it on the headache. So he made that decision, and he wasn't really thinking deeply. And so, you know, you have to be very careful about who you listen to. Because you know what? There are instigators that are around. And these instigators will try to mess up your good thing. And so what they did, these men that were surrounding him at that point, they weren't thinking about his relationship with his wife, with Queen Vashti. They were thinking about themselves, and they said to the king, you know what? You have to make an example out of Queen Vashti. Because if you let her do this, then our wives will be out of control. And when they'll start, you know, she'll set a precedent for our wives' behavior. Now, they weren't thinking about his relationship. They were thinking about their relationship. And so the king, he was thinking, and he was angry, and he had been drinking, and all these things mixed up together, and he said, you're right. So what he did was, he banished Vashti from the kingdom. But see, it's a funny thing about God. Now God, this is the only book in the Bible, and I want you to fact check this, that really doesn't mention God, but God is in the midst. Okay? So what happened when Vashti was asked to leave, the king could have killed her. There was other alternatives, but when God's in the midst of a situation and he's trying to move people around and get people in position, Vashti left. But Vashti took her handmaids, she took her servants, she took everything that was over there in her area of the palace, and she just moved to another palace. It might not have been as big, but it was just as comfortable. It was just as nice. And she had all of the same people around her, serving her, making her comfortable. See, because God, when he wants to do things, he didn't punish. Vashti didn't get punished. She just got moved out of the way. So that position was open. But see, the king sort of had regrets because he really cared for Vashti. He really loved the way she looked and the way she made him feel, but he had sent out this decree to banish her, so she was gone. But then he had a lot of people around him saying, well, now what you should do, king, is send out a decree and get all the beautiful virgins to come to the palace so you can select a new queen. And at first, the king was reluctant, but they kept pressing him, and so he agreed. So he sent out this decree for all the young ladies to come to be, part of the selection for this new queen. It was really funny. All the young ladies came to the palace, but there was one young lady that was really the least likely to be in this lineup, and that was Esther. Esther was a Jewish woman, and Esther was an orphan. And Esther was being raised by Mordecai, which was her uncle. So although she was beautiful, she was from the wrong culture, she was from the wrong ethnicity. She really wasn't a candidate for that position. But you know what? When God's in the midst, things happen very unexpectedly. So she came to the palace, but she was given a directive by her uncle. And he told her twice, and that's, when you hear something twice, it means agreement, that she was not to reveal her true identity. That she was to keep the fact that she was a Jewish woman to herself. And so, when she went to the palace, she took nothing. And sometimes we think that when we're up for certain opportunities, that we know what we should take, that we know how we should present ourselves, and we know all these different things. But before we do any of that, we need to speak to the Most High God to see what He has to say about us first. And what happened was, when Esther went to the palace, she came under Haggai, and he was the head of all the women, and he knew exactly what the king liked. And so what Esther did, because she was a very wise woman, she listened very carefully. And in this particular preparation to be a queen, they had certain cosmetic treatments that were given. And you'll say to yourself, cosmetic treatments, well, that's kind of frivolous. What are we talking about here? But she was to bathe in the oil of myrrh. Now, the oil of myrrh, when you look that up and find out what that's all about, you have to think about Esther. Number one, Esther was an orphan. And sometimes when you don't have your parents to raise you, that you might feel that they have abandoned you. That's really not what happened, but they're just not there. And then you might have some feelings of low self-esteem. You might not feel that you're worthy. There are a lot of psychological things that might happen, and you feel this one in the inside. You're not articulating that, but that's how you feel, because the circumstances that you find yourself in. And what the oil of myrrh does, it helps to take away all negative feelings that would be impacting on you. And as she soaked, she was being prepared, because you can't marry the king with a lot of issues. The king had to have somebody stable, with a sound mind, that he could work with to help rule the kingdom. So she soaked, and she soaked, And then when it was time for the young ladies to be presented to the king, somehow the king was fascinated by Esther, and he was drawn to her. And what happened was, he decided to make her the next queen. So he put the royal crown on her head, and she became the queen. And that's a beautiful and amazing story, but that's not the end of the story. All right. Queen Esther was enjoying, in the midst of all this, she was enjoying being the queen. She had everybody at her beck and call. You know, she didn't have to turn her hand to do anything. You know, everybody was working with her. She would sit on the veranda, and they would fan her to make sure she was cool and comfortable. And everything was going well. I mean, she was having a wonderful time being a queen. She was enjoying it. She was kicking back and relaxing. And then all of a sudden, what happens? When God positions you, there's a test that comes. And we want to, you know, he wants to know who's first in your life. Is he first? Or is someone else first? Or is something else first? So the test came, and he sent out a message to Esther, and he said, there's a person in the kingdom that wants to annihilate all of the Jews in this nation. And since you are the queen, you can go into the king and talk with him and convince him that that's not the right thing to do. But the only thing about talking to the king had to extend the golden scepter. You didn't just walk into the king, you know, just bust in. Even if you were the wife, there was certain protocol that had to be followed. And if that protocol wasn't followed, there could be very dire consequences. So, at first, Queen Esther, she was not sure that this is what she wanted to do. She was having a great time just being queen. And so, initially, she hesitated. And Mordecai told her very strongly, he said, you know, God can send whoever he wants in order to straighten out this situation. You can't refuse, because God gives you choices. He doesn't force you to do anything. You can choose to do what he wants you to do, or you don't have to do what he asks you to do. But Mordecai said to her that if you don't help in this situation, someone else will, but you will have to take the consequences for not helping. So then Esther began to reconsider and rethink what she initially said. And so what happened next is she decided that she would try to make a petition to see the king. But what she did, she asked the nation, the Jewish nation, to fast 3 days without water and without food. And the nation agreed. And so after that 3 days, miraculously, when she tried to approach the king, he extended the golden scepter, and she was allowed to come in and speak with him. And he was very glad to talk to her. He said, well, what do you want, Queen Esther? You can have anything your heart desires. So she said that I want you to invite Haman to dinner, and the 3 of us will have dinner together. Now, let me tell you a little about Haman. Haman was he was full of pride, and he really wanted he was in the military, and he really wanted to be very well respected, very well known. He wanted everybody to know who he was and what he did and his association with the king. And what he wanted was to have all the Jewish people in that nation annihilated. That he was the one that was plotting. And sometimes, if you think about it, the adversary is in the midst trying to do harm to you, trying to cause problems in your life. And so when Esther talked to the king about this meeting, they had the meeting, and at the meeting, Esther revealed her true identity. And when she revealed, when she exposed herself, she could have been cast out of the kingdom, but the king, because the way she carried herself and the type of individual she was with the character that she had, the king listened to her. And she said, this man wants to annihilate all of my people. And the king listened closely. And what Haman had done, he had made all of these nooses to hang people. But what happens when God is in the midst, whether you realize it or not, he's always with you. You know, he never leaves you. He never forsakes you. And what he did, he flipped the script. So instead of the Jewish nation dying and being put to death, Haman and every last one of his sons were hanged. See, when God gets in the midst of something, he gets rid of your enemy. He doesn't play around. He gets rid of anything that's going to try to come against you, that's going to try to hurt you. And so that's what he did. He got rid of Haman, and the story was so unusual because after that happened, it's like Esther was not even talked about or seen. But you know what? God is hidden He's behind the scenes in a lot of different things. We have to understand that you might think you're standing alone. You might think that you're the only one that has this kind of an issue or problem. You might think that your back is up against the wall. You might think that you have nowhere to turn. But let me tell you something. When you trust in the Lord with all your might and lean not on your own understanding and acknowledge Him, He directs your path. And He brings you up higher and higher and higher, because obedience, like the Bible says, is better than sacrifice. And to obey God, to love God, to respect who He is in your life, you will never, things might come against you, but God will bring you out. God will bring you out, and He'll bring you out with flying colors. You may be down one day, but the next day He can take you higher and bring you up. And people may be saying negative things about you, and before you know it, you can look around and everything's changed. You might have been on the bottom, but now you're on top. And this is what you need to know. So when I stood before you today, I was acting like Esther. I had assimilated into the culture that you could identify me for who you think I am, an evangelist. But I'm more than just that. Esther prepared herself to be the queen. And if you're going to meet our Most High God, you have to prepare yourself, just like the wise virgins, because they had their oil. They had enough oil to wait until the doors opened for the king to tell them to come in and to say, well done, my good and faithful servants. You can enter in. So I'm just trying to say to you that Esther, that wasn't Esther's Esther's real name was Hadassah. That was her real name that God had given her. And although I'm standing here with this girl boy, this is who I really am. I'm a prayer warrior for the Most High God. Let me tell you, see, we gotta be double agents in this life. We have to wear more than one hat. You can wear our hat, Sunday hat, but you better have your war clothes on. Because let me tell you right now, we're in a war, and it's serious. We're in a war for our children's lives, for our children's health, for our families to stay together, for our families to go strong, for our families to be successful. We're in a war, and there's no time to play. There's no time to play. We don't have all that time. There's no time to wait. And so I'm asking you today, who in here has their war clothes and ready to war? Who in here is ready to war for the kingdom to come and for the will to be done on earth as it is in heaven? Because that's what we have to do. You see what's happening in the economy. You see what's happening in the leadership of our country. You see what, you can't even turn around. Every day, someone's getting shot. Someone's getting killed. Something bad is happening. But we, men and women of the Most High God, have to get on our knees and seek God and pray as never before. And this is a clarion call to the men and women of God to pray for the salvation of this country, for the salvation of the souls of people that we know, our friends, our colleagues, the people in our neighborhood. We have to see, because the enemy is trying to be too shrewd. See, the kingdom of darkness is organized. You know, there's not people that have their own, I have my opinion about this, and this is how I feel, and all that. No, they just follow orders. And what we have to do is follow orders from on high. We have to keep our ears open to hear that still small voice of our God, of Jesus Christ, our Savior. And we have to be sincere. We have to have clean hands and a pure heart. If there's anyone that has offended you, has done something that hurt you, you gotta forgive them. That's for your sake.